Hello, everybody in the Love Left Me Forever audience. I wanted to talk to you for about 25 minutes and just do a new reintroduction to my channel. I decided I wanted to reintroduce my channel so people who are new to me and even the old people can see the purpose of this channel. If you look at the description of my channel, you'll see I've changed the introduction. The former channel was about exposing the New Age, Course in Miracles and metaphysical stuff like Law of Attraction, Unity Church. The purpose of my old channel was basically to complain about my life, about how sorry it was, how angry I was, how much I didn't like women, how much I hated women. That was the real purpose. I had completely given up on myself, and my life was completely miserable, as those of you can remember from 2022, 2023. Well, actually, I didn't do anything in 2023 because I had the channel hidden for 15 months, except for a few music videos. So I just want to update the purpose of this channel. I'm not going to talk anymore about the New Age. I may mention it. I may mention the Course in Miracles, but I'm not going to go in depth about it. I'm going to create a separate channel at some point and deal with that. I never ask for much on this channel. I never ask for much, but please help me get to 1,000 subscribers. I think I'm around 667. I don't like to make requests. I hate those videos where you see that widget floating around. Subscribe here and like here. I'm not going to ask y'all to do that. Okay, but I guess I'm asking for, if you feel led to subscribe, please do so. But I just think it's rude to be constantly at every video asking somebody, please like, please subscribe. So I had a life-changing event December 31st or December 30th last year. I had a sexual experience with a woman after 27 and a half years. So I went from 40 years old to 67 years old. And I was one angry motherfucker during that period of time. My life was hopeless. And I owe that to the teachings of Alan Roger Currie of Mode 1. Now, I want to say something about the new purpose of my channel is to be optimistic, realistic, and to have suggestions and to turn my life around and to create a positive outcome with women where I get my needs met, they get their needs met. I'm not going to no longer whine about women. I'm just going to talk realistically about how I feel about them. The unfairness, I'm not going to sugarcoat anything. But the new purpose of this channel is to be a new person starting in December 2025. You can watch the video about getting laid first time in almost 30 years. Now, I don't follow people. I don't worship people. And so there was a time in my 20s I would read self-help books and I would think this author was wonderful. And I would do everything I could in my life. And lots of times I would get into a situation where I would meet that author. Every time I met that author, I was disappointed and never read his books again because his behavior, personality, was not a match to his books. So I learned a long time ago, I'm not a guru follower. So I'm going to talk about Alan Roger Currie just a little bit. His book changed my life, Mode 1, and the other books that he has out. I'm currently reading the Kindle version of the book, No Free Attention. I respect his works. I respect his books, most of the podcasts, most of the YouTube channel videos. I do not respect his behavior. I do not respect the fact that he got married and tried to hide it. I don't respect a man that teaches Mode 1, but yet in the background you have a wife and a child in the other room crawling around. That's not fair to your single viewers. People who, Mode 1 is not for pussies. I'm not going to go that far and call him that, but that's where my respect ends. I've met the man, not in person, but several times we spoke before he died. I made a mistake in one of my videos. I said he died a week before Christmas. in 2022. He died the Monday before Thanksgiving in November 2022, and I was not a happy camper. I had spoke to him about 2 weeks earlier, so I did not like his coaching. I did not like his one-on-one, and that is really what kept me from practicing mode one. When I hate a teacher or don't like a teacher and I'm angry or resentful, I'm not going to listen to you. So I quit listening to him for over 2 years. I shut my channel down because of some legal reasons involving a restraining order, which I'm still working on that, by the way. But I may talk more about that restraining order another time. A lot of you know about what happened. That I didn't really do anything at all. So anyhow, I'm not going to. I encourage y'all to read Mode 1 by Alan Roger Currie and his other books. I strongly, without his influence, I would not have had that sexual experience about a month ago. So I'm not talking out both sides of my mouth. I don't worship the man. I don't respect his behavior. I don't respect the fact that he got married. He chose the easy way at the end of his life. That's what weak people do when they get in their 60s. Oh, I don't want to grow up and be alone. I better find me a wife real quick while I still can. That does not fly. If you want to get married, do it. And tell your supporters, come on, say, hey, I know I've been teaching this badass talk about Mode 1, going out and asking women for sex and telling them directly you want to fuck them. But I decided, guys, I do want to have a wife and I want to have a family. Do it that way. Don't sneak it in the back door. Well, he's gone now. And whether or not he can hear this from wherever he is in the non-physical, it doesn't really matter. I don't hate him, but that's my feelings. So anyhow, let me say, I'm keeping my words brief tonight. I'm still working on ways to improve my sound and audio. I'm probably going to have to get me a new video camera. I need to learn how to use software. I don't use any kind of editing software. I'm a very intelligent person, but I just have a weakness when it comes to tech. I don't know. I just can't put together what I need to do to create this channel with editing software where I can insert pictures. Another thing, I'm a very good writer. I took typing in high school, so I can type very well, and that's why I've been putting a lot of posts up. I don't think y'all like the post as much. The problem with the post, I don't know how many people's looking at it. I know how many people are liking it or commenting it, but I can't see the views on these written posts. I much rather do posts because I can put my words together very well writing, but the videos seem to be the ones that draw the people to my channel. I want to talk a little bit about Facebook. There was one of y'all on here, I won't call you out, you sent me a friend request, and I haven't accepted that because I haven't decided that I want to mix Love Left Me Forever with Facebook. I kind of want to keep Facebook separate from y'all guys. I know some of you looked at it, found my channel, it's public, my Facebook, but I just don't know if I want to go that route and have y'all as friends on my Facebook. I appreciate y'all saying something about that in the comments and give me your opinion about that. As I said, I would not have had that sexual experience on December 30th without the influence of Alan. But I do not worship him, and I do not think anyone should worship him. Just read his books and gain the knowledge and the wisdom. What makes Alan so attractive to me is the left brain mentality. He has a 4-year college degree, so he's very rational, and he discusses the subject very intelligently, where these other dating coaches, they do not. So I still have not talked to any other women. I haven't approached a woman in person probably in 20 years, as far as asking out a date, and then I crashed and burned the last time I did. My age is a factor. I'm not going to say, I'm very leery about walking up to women because of my age. I'm still feeling optimistic about my life, and I'm still working on myself. I I've lost 24 pounds off my body since April of last year. I weighed 194 pounds in April. I was a miserable person. My feet were swollen. I was sleeping in bed 8, 10, 12 hours a day. So last June, I started working out again, started walking. I couldn't even walk a mile. So now I'm walking almost every day, 3.5 miles. I'm doing push-ups, leg lifts. I work out about an hour. I don't do weights, but I do push-ups. And my first set of push-ups, I can do about 25. I do them on my fist. I don't do them flat-handed. But I'm down to 170 pounds. Pretty amazing. I lost 24 pounds. And my goal is to get to 165, maybe even 160. But if I can get under 170, that's what I weighed when I graduated from high school in 1975. I weighed 170, 171. So I'm at the same age, the same body size that I was in high school, same 32-inch waist. But it came through a lot of work. The last 6 months, 7 months, was dieting, eating healthy foods, and working out. And I don't drink any kind of soft drinks. I don't hardly eat bread. And so it feels good to be 170 pounds. And I think this Sunday when I weigh, I'll be about 168. So it looks like I'm not going to be able to talk to you 20 minutes. I'm just trying to, I had an outline and I covered it all, looks like. Oh, yeah. There's a bunch of, right now I'm only showing about 25 videos. There's about 85 videos total, maybe 100, that I had to hide. They're still there. I just haven't, and when I listen to them, they're depressing because they're the old me. And I'm wondering if I should delete them. Some of you say I should. Some of you say I shouldn't. I kind of like to keep them up so you can see the comparison of what I was to what I hope to become. That sex experience that happened December 30th, it definitely had something to do within the universe. The universe stepped in and did that. It gave me the opportunity. It didn't do the work. I had to do enormous work for 3 days before I ended up in that hotel room in North Atlanta. It took enormous amount of composure and keeping myself restrained and not letting her think I was just desperate. Whenever she would message me, I'd wait several hours and message her back. I never showed any urgency. I waited for her to tell me to get the motel room. And so I was very proud of myself that I handled it the way I did. And I had nobody to talk to during the process. I just did it on my own. And it always does this when I'm talking. So, but the point I'm trying to make is, whatever reason, the universe stepped in and decided to help me. But I had did an enormous amount of work. I had gone to Florida over Christmas, and I was very depressed down there. And I got to be careful about what I say. There were people that were watching me on Facebook. I was doing live videos, and there were people concerned about my well-being, or and had reached out. So I'm out of that crisis. But when I got back to Tennessee and then had this opportunity to have this sexual experience, it just basically raised my vibration from one of total. Before I was totally hopeless, feeling suicidal all the time, unhappy, miserable, resentful. And I still feel those feelings. They just don't have control over me no more. When I go on Facebook and I see everybody with their partners and their arm around their wives for 40 years, yeah, I get upset about it. It hurts. I feel left out. But I'm able to detach from those feelings and just turn off Facebook or go somewhere else. I have a long way to go. Never buy into this philosophy that you have to do something to get a woman as far as sacrifice. I did this other video, or that post I made the other day about this user called fight for your freedom, trying to tear me down, trying to say, well, if you want an attractive woman to have sex with, you got to make major sacrifices. And his message is they got all the choices. So if they don't like you, if she doesn't like you, she can just merely find somebody else. So the message is just fuck you. If you have a woman that you got to jump through hoops, and what I'm trying to say is give up the game. You're not you even give up competition. You only want the women that want you. And even though it is unfair, and there are men out there that have no problem, and women want to have sex with them just upon looking at them, you can offset that unfairness by taking action and improving yourself. You don't improve yourself for the woman. You're not doing it for her. You're doing it for you. You take little tiny steps. You work out every day a little bit. You change your diet. You change your dress, but you're not doing it for them. You don't want a woman you got to compete for. I'm actually kind of rambling because I didn't want to go into that subject tonight, but this guy, I just want you to not go. This guy did not mean me well. He disguised. He didn't have the courage to come out and attack me. But don't listen to that. Your genitals, your body, is just as important as a woman's genitals and her body. Now the world's going to think that's a lie. It's only that way because we made it. That we created prostitution, and we created pornography. Men, we put ourselves in this predicament to where the woman's genitals are more important than yours. We did it to ourselves because men are each other's enemies. Oh yeah, I made the switch from the black pill to the red pill. I didn't even know what those pills were about. Alan Roger Currie talked about them, and a lot of dating coaches talk about the red pill and the black pill. There's 4 pills altogether. I'm not going to cover all of them. I think there's a blue pill, the black pill, the red pill, and the green pill. Now, I was the black pill. That's the most dangerous. The black pill are the people that actively seek to destroy women. They hate women. They're the ones that become the murderers, serial killers. I'm not condemning these men. I'm just telling that's what they are. They're so full of hate and rage, and they're so powerless that they believe they have to resort to violence, and they do so. Fortunately, although I was black pill, I had the self-control to not carry out those threats and those acts of violence. I'm not better than anybody else. It's just being hospitalized in the past and being confined. And in 1994, I spent a night in jail on DUI, and they put me in a psych ward because I freaked out being in jail. Those experiences scared me. And so I do not want to be confined. So without any effort on my, there was effort, but after this experience in the motel, I've made it to the red pill. The red pill is a much better place to be in. Okay, I've asked you all before, there's a free movie that you can look at on Tubi, Tubi. It's a TV channel. You can look at it online, your smartphone, or home TV. You have to watch the commercials every now and then, but it's free. It lasts about 2 hours, and it was created by a woman, a 20-something year old woman who got curious about the men's movement. She was a feminist, so she decided to spend over 2 years making this movie, and it goes into the men's movement. So being a red pill, you still are aware of the issues. You see the unfairness. You see the 94% suicide rate that we have compared to 8% of females. You see the nearly 3 million men incarcerated compared to about 80,000 women. You see the fact that women never get the prison sentences that men get. 80% of all domestic court cases end up with the woman retaining the child. So everything is geared in our society to protect women. So the red pill is able to look at that, and that's what Alan Roger Currie said he was. You're able to look at these situations, and you're able to not say, well, there's no hope. it's a much better place to be in. You arm yourself with facts, and you give up your hatred and resentment. I mean, you don't give it up all, but you raise to a vibration to where you're no longer interested in attacking and hurting and getting even. Now you're empowered, and now you're able to make choices. And mode one, asking the woman directly for sex, is the way to go. Because once you do that, she can't manipulate you no more. Okay, she can't manipulate you and try just to promise you the promise of sex. There's nowhere for her to go. She has to come clean with who she is. I'm going to end this video because this cell phone camera, I don't think it's going to do about 25, 29 minutes. I'm at 20 minutes. So I just wanted to put up a video. Hopefully I'll have one up tomorrow. I mean, I'm sorry I've been gone for so long from making a video. So that's my new channel's purpose, is to be red pill, talk about my experiences with women, and go forward and hopefully have another sexual experience soon. And I appreciate your comments, and please help me get to 1,000 subscribers if you can. I know I'm going to have something to say when I get through hanging up here. When I end this, I'm probably going to forget something. But anyhow, that's going to be it for tonight. It's 12:30 a.m. on Saturday morning, January 25th. Thank you.